So here's something fascinating that most people don't actually realize, and that is you already know how to manifest. You're not missing any secret method. You've been manifesting for your entire life. Every thought, every feeling, every assumption that you have is shaping your reality right now. And all the decisions that you've made based on that have brought you to this present moment. So the real question isn't whether you can or cannot manifest, because you obviously can. The question is, how are you using this power? And before we get started, if you're ready to move from unconscious creation to conscious alignment, then make sure to sign up for my newsletter below. The links are in the pinned comment and description. And if you sign up right now, you'll receive one of my guided meditations for free. So with that, let's get started. So here's the thing about manifestation. It's not something that you switch on and off. You switch on during a visualization and affirmation, then turn it off for the rest of the day. It's always on. Every belief that you hold, every feeling that you really carry with you throughout the day, every assumption that you make, all these things are broadcasting a certain frequency out to the universe. And your reality is simply responding to you. So the question is, what are you broadcasting out most consistently? If we look at the past day, the past week, where are your thoughts and emotions? And what are you sending out there? For most people, this power operates unconsciously. And this was definitely the case for me as well, for much of my life. We're trained to expect difficulty and delays, struggles, disappointments in life. We're sort of taught, many of us at least, growing up how hard and difficult life is and to expect the worst. So what do? We assume the worst. We rehearse problems in our mind. Because we keep operating from those states of lack and negativity, what do you know? We keep recreating them in our own lives. So we can say all we want in our affirmations and manifestations that we want abundance, but if internally and emotionally we expect struggle and we expect difficulty, then that's more powerful. That's what you will manifest. You may want love, but if you fear rejection and you're focused on that, then that's what will show up. So this isn't because the universe is punishing you or anything like that, but it's actually because you are incredibly powerful and your assumptions are being fulfilled, whether those assumptions are conscious or very often unconscious. So again, just think about this, that you've already manifested your current life, like everything that's around you. That was all you, through repeated thoughts and beliefs, feelings and perceptions and actions. So you're not bad at manifesting, you're excellent at it. But the question is, what are you manifesting on autopilot? And this realization is not meant to blame anybody, but it's meant to empower you. Because if you continue to create unconsciously, then you're going to keep getting the same things that likely you don't want. But we all have the option to use these powers and instead create consciously in all of our lives. So now the question is, how do we make this shift? How do we make the shift from unconscious to conscious creation? Very simple. Step number one, you have to observe your assumptions. You have to catch yourself and sort of be the silent observer of your thoughts and your emotional states throughout the day. Maybe just one day this week, take some notes or on your phone, like in your notes app, just write down, what are the things that keep coming up? What are the recurring thoughts and emotional states and expectations that you carry with you? Notice your default. Notice where you typically find yourself. Is it more negative and worrying? Is it more positive? And just observe for this first step. And then second, in addition to this, start to watch your inner dialogue. What sort of things are you saying to yourself throughout the day? Much of this is likely unconscious, unless you're someone who has already done a lot of shadow work and spiritual work. But catch yourself throughout the day. What are the assumptions you're making about yourself and others? When you go into a meeting at work, or when you interact with someone, what are the assumptions you hold about that person or that group of people or whatever? It could be many, many things. but notice your default settings. So then step number 3 is start to rewire those assumptions that you don't like. Maybe some of what you're doing is very positive and great, and you don't want to change that. Maybe you're someone who's just generally optimistic, and you find when you do this kind of work and you're observing your thoughts that you're optimistic, the glass is half full. Life is great, that's wonderful, like let's leave that alone. But the parts of you where you have negative assumptions, you're believing the worst in yourself and in others, that's what we want to focus on and change. So choose to operate from the version of you who already has what you want, who is positive and empowered and sees the best in situations. Don't wait for evidence of that, but instead generate the emotion internally first. And then finally, we want to align our action with this new version of ourselves who sees things in the most positive light, who is optimistic and expects the best out of life and other people. So once you're in that state, it's relatively easy to take inspired action toward your goals, toward whatever you want to manifest. And you'll be amazed at how your intuition starts to guide you when you're in that aligned high frequency state. So here's the truth. You already know how to manifest. You've been doing it every day of your life. So this isn't about adding something new. It's about becoming aware and more conscious of how you're using this internal power that you and everyone has, and choosing to direct it with more intention. So ask yourself, if I'm already manifesting, what am I creating with it? And to know the answer to that, just look around at your life, the good and the bad, that's been all you. And more importantly, ask yourself, who am I being that keeps creating this version of reality? What is the version of me that has created all of this? And are there any changes that I want to make? So again, if you're ready to take your power back and start manifesting from alignment instead of autopilot, then join our growing community. And if you sign up now, the links are below, you'll receive a guided meditation from yours truly, absolutely free. And remember, manifestation, it's not just something you do, it's really the attitude that you bring and the emotional states and the feeling that you're bringing into it. And you're always creating, whether it's conscious or unconscious. So why not create your dream life on purpose? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.